Now, this one been through the ringer, but we found the problem. Just gonna basically show it up. First things first is we plugged in our scan tool. We could see that the air pump pressure and air pump pressure right here, and then the absolute. Okay, two different things, and it's at -8. All right, so if it's below, I don't remember how much Toyota said, I think it was like 2.5 kPa, which is like 0.5 on 2 ignition. Basically, if you start it up 3 times, then the code light will appear. So when we first were testing it, we started off with these first with the pump, the driver. I don't know where they put it. Fell down here. All right. So we have the driver here. Just disconnected it. We tested this wire right here. It has power. This is power constant, and then this, the driver here will activate the blower, which is this pump. This pump here will pump air in here. This valve will open, and then there's a hose that goes here into the pressure. First off, the clip was busted, so we just did what we could. I got a clip ordered, whatever. We replaced these 2 valves. Reason why is we took a vacuum gauge on here, on this valve right here, and we were testing these valves here. Okay, so this one right here, after we replaced this one and we took the vacuum gauge and pumped it, it would hold pressure. Let's see. All right. Now, this one right here was giving us a bit of trouble. The only available ones were Dormans. Luckily, I found an OE one that was cheaper than the Dorman one. So we installed that one, and it had vacuum pressure and everything. Okay. So the pressure there was on. Now, I didn't start off diagnosing this, so I was kind of thrown in the loop when we couldn't figure it out, what exactly was going on. So I was kind of at a loss, and I had to study and figure out how the system works. All right. So I found out there's a pressure sensor. This wire right here works with this, the mass airflow sensor. When I read it, we had like 3 volts there. Now this one, this black and white one, was a ground. And this one right here, this one was a green and black wire. You can't really see. See, green and black wire there. All right, I'm back here. So this one was a dead wire, okay? It had no signal, nothing at all. It's reading ground because everything's all connected now. So basically, we started off by jumping in here, the white and blue wire. We could hear the vacuum run. They changed this valve, and then we changed those 2 back there, those valves back there. And what would happen was, after everything was changed, the code wasn't coming back on. We took out long drives, nothing was coming back on. And then the customer would take the car, and then he'd complain the same thing. The customer's really cool, he's really understanding. He's like, no, that's fine. I told him, hey, there's a bypass kit. He was like, no, I'd rather fix it the right way, which, cool, whatever. This is where having the right information is very important, okay? Now, let's go to the wire diagram. Before we go to the wire diagram, I just simply want to show this. So after I was doing all the tests, I would notice that even when I would jump the vacuum, the pump right there, the air pump there, this and this wouldn't change. It would stay like that. Actually, it was flatline. It was not doing all this movement that it's doing here right now. It was actually flatline. It was like 7 volts. This was like -7. Flatline, okay? So no matter what, I was like, well, maybe the sensor, maybe the wiring. But when we got to that wiring right there, the one where I'm back probing, it would just read a ground. No voltage, no nothing. So let's go to a wire diagram now. Now, this is apparently OEM wire diagram on Identifix. Now, as you can see, this is the air pressure sensor, and I see it's a VC, green and black. Black and yellow would be ground. And this green and white, it shares with the mass airflow sensor right here. Boom, boom, boom. It was like 3 volts. All right, cool. So then I followed the G. Let's go. Let me get y'all there. All right, so we follow the G. Here's the G. Just follow the mouse. We go all the way here. I see EB4. So I say, well, maybe at the connector, maybe there's corrosion there, you know? Well, I don't have no idea where the EB4 is, where it's connected, but I saw that it shares a circuit right here with the throttle control motor. And it's pin number 5, and it is green. Now we're here at the throttle body. There is the green wire right here. I'm not gonna back probe it now, but when I back probe it, it was 5 volts, key on. Now the key is on this car. Before you do anything, make sure you disconnect the fuel pump relay, which is located right here. It is a brown one. It sits like this. We have the fuel line disconnected from the injector, so fuel would spray everywhere. All right, so when I measured right here with the key on is on currently, but I have a jump back on. When we measured it, it had 5 volts. That's when it clicked in my head. Okay, this is a 5 volt reference, you know. I guess Toyota uses VR for voltage reference, I assume. And then I was like, okay, we need 5 volts. Now, I did apply 5 volts to this wire right here. Matter of fact, let's just do that test so I can show you. If the video quality was crap before, apologize. I had my lens protector on. Anyways, I got this power probe where it will send 5 volts to that wire. Now, all you gotta do is press power. This is why power probe is awesome, but I do not recommend doing this, especially if you don't know the circuit. I said, all right, well, let's put 5 volts there. If we have 5 volts right there on that green wire, if they share the same circuit. Now let's look. See if we can get a good signal right here at the pump pressure, everything. Boom. Right there. Now we got 14 pressure, and then this one's -0.4. I assume when we add more, when the vacuum is on, I later had someone jump it with the wire there, and then we noticed that the air pump pressure, this bottom one here, it went up, so, and everything started moving. So now there, so these two were fluctuating after I had the air pump running, and I did the 5 volts there. Now there's a difference between adding current and then just doing direct 5 voltage. You know, 5 voltage doesn't always mean there's current running there. I'm not 100% sure about the circuit here. And hey, we're gonna learn today. Anyways, there you go. 5 volts, boom, everything was working. And then after I jumped the vacuum pump right down there, you know, we started seeing change right here in the pump pressure and everything. So that leads me to only one thing right here is, okay, let's trace this wire. So I trace the wire all the way back here. I find there's a connector all the way back here. Unplug the connector. Be right back. All right, unplug the connector. I don't know if you can really see. We blew some air and terminal cleaner in there. It's corroded. And if you see, you already see it right there. Where are you? There you are. That wire goes right into there. Was broken off. So water was falling down, probably from there or something. Fell into there, corroded the wire right there. So now we gotta fix the terminal. After we fix it, it is Friday. After we fix that, I'll be back and we will find out what exactly. Well, you can even see with the thing unplugged right here. Got 23 and 8, but let's plug it back in and see the change. And the reason why is because we got a wire that comes from here, the mass airflow, and it goes through there, and then it comes also out here. And it's this wire, the green and white. But yeah, so the mass airflow works with the pressure sensor as well, and it'll let us know if the air pump is pumping air or not. But yeah, stay tuned on Monday. Alright, like I said, everything put back together. Found a new connector that went underneath to the pressure sensor down there. Ordered it over the weekend. Have everything else connected. They repaired the wire. Let's see if I can see it. Looks like they repaired it in the connector. Yeah, it looks like they repaired the connector there. So yeah. So yeah, I guess he repaired the connector. I was wondering if he was gonna splice or what the deal is. It's my other tech. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to data display. I'm gonna go to secondary air injection. So this P2445 code, Toyota says it will come on when it says that this one right here is below 2.5 kPa, which is like 0.2 or 0.5 psi. I don't remember. I did put through the conversion chart. So right now we got 13 for the air pump pressure, the absolute psi, and before it would stay at -7 and 7 right there. So we're gonna start it up. We already took out a few drives. I don't remember if it was like 0.5, 0.2. Yeah, we're seeing pressure now. So when it's below, I think it was below 0.25, I would have to double check. Let me double check for you guys. So it says when it's below like 0.3 psi for, I don't know, it's a certain amount of time for, but as we can see, the air pump was turned off. See that the pump is kicking on. PSI is above. 0.3. The pump turned off. And it's looking good.